Hey guys, it's Kat, and today I wanted to read you a book that I remember from my childhood, and hopefully maybe you do too, or maybe you have children that enjoy this book now. My son actually likes this book, and it's called Corduroy, and it's about a little bear. He has a button missing there. So, I wanted to do some reading and tracing on this book for you. When I checked yesterday, I had 111 subscribers. And so, of course, I'm very happy about that. You guys have been very lovely and supportive. I want to make you videos as often as I can. I do have a possible surprise coming up for you. So let's get this started. I'm going to read it the way that I read it to my son, which is a little bit animated. So hopefully that can still be relaxing. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. So there he is next to a doll, a giraffe, a bunny, and a clown. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," the mother sighed. "I've spent too much money already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." She noticed that button's gone. I don't think that the little girl minds, though. There's the mom after a long day of shopping. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. The little girl looks sad too, doesn't she? "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf. Looks like the doll is sleeping and the bunny is sleeping. We're going to assume that the giraffe is sleeping too. But not Corduroy. He's getting down on this box because he's going to go look for his button. And began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing sight. Look at all that stuff. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He wandered around, admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. That's not really his button, is it? He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop, off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Oh no, he's covering his ears. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. He's got his flashlight. He's coming to check out what that noise was. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. You see those ears? "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman took Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. He didn't find his button, did he? And set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Now he's sleeping too, with the clown and the bunny and the doll. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. She is very excited to take Corduroy home, isn't she? Look at that big smile. Corduroy doesn't know what to think, but I bet he's excited. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl's side bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." She found him a button and she's sewing it on. She's taking very good care of Corduroy already, isn't she? I definitely think that he found the right home. "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. And that's definitely a smile on Corduroy's face. Looks like Lisa's very happy to have him. So I hope that maybe this brought you back some memories of your childhood, and you found this relaxing. My son is usually asleep by now, and hopefully it helps him have good dreams. Just like I hope you have good dreams too.